What you've just witnessed was me mixing together the batter for one of the recipes in my cookbook. Hi, my name is Mathilda, and these are aggression cookies. By a show of hands, how many of you enjoy cooking or baking? And by a show of hands, how many of you have ever wanted to express how you were feeling but weren't able to? Well, what if I told you I've created a space for these two things to emerge? I've had my fair share of struggles of not being able to share how I was feeling out of fear of being called sensitive or dramatic. The standards in this day and age create this idea that you're only to act a certain way and to show no emotions. These standards suffocate people's individual colors and try to force us all to be one solid color, because otherwise it's weak or wrong. But I think that that's completely untrue, and that everyone's feelings are beautiful and valid, and definitely important, just the way they are. But it's just not nice to be picked on. So what if there was a way to express your emotions that gave you the release you needed and wasn't affected by anyone's opinion? That's where I found baking. I used it as an expressive outlet, and I showed the world who I really was, but not really. I created a safe bubble out of it, and I didn't let anyone pop it, because if they didn't want any of my sweet treats, that was their own decision. It's a great tool for me to have, and I've created a great space out of it for myself, and I love to share what I make with the people around me. My project is based around SDG 3, good health and well-being, because my goal with this project was to improve mental health and foster new hobbies. So baking for a new hobby and journaling for mental health. I remember when I was 10 years old, and I baked a cake alone for the first time. I was super excited and I was incredibly proud of myself, but little did I know this was only the beginning to my hobby. A study from Utah State University says that hobbies can really impact your mental health, but specifically they reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. With this in mind, I decided I wanted to donate to a good cause, and I decided on the Ballet Bersama Bisa Foundation, a nonprofit suicide hotline that has a huge focus on embracing mental health as an opportunity for healing and growth. I don't think I can stress this enough, but mental health is so important. It needs to become a bigger topic, and we need to start asking people how they're feeling, not just how we think they're doing. A study from Polaris Teen Center says that 1 in 5 young adolescents ages 12 to 18 suffer with at least one mental health disorder that severely impacts their lives and the lives around them. I wanted to incorporate something that can improve mental health in my project, so I started researching different tools that can help manage mental health symptoms. That's when I came across journalism, something I had also previously tried. Studies from the American Psychology Association and the National Library of Medicine say that expressive journalism may appear to be the solution of the future, as it is a low-cost and low-side-effect therapy that can help manage common mental health symptoms. When I heard this, I was sure that I wanted to add that to my project, so I added a journaling section on every recipe page with the goal that people would try to journal how they were feeling before, during, or after baking their treat of choice. After ideating different ways I could write this cookbook and adding the journaling section, I went on to printing. My printing process was long and difficult. I had to reprint the first book 3 times because of issues like incorrect page ordering, incorrect formatting, and typos. On my first copy, the back of the book ended up in the middle of the book. On my second copy, I caught a bunch of minor typos and the formatting was wrong, so there was a huge white strip on the side of the page. But it was all worth it, because here I bring to you my third and final version of my cookbook. Bake your feelings, treats for every mood. It has recipes that I grew up baking with my mom: cakes, cookies, bread, and pie. All of the photos in the book were taken by either me or my mom of the treats that we had made. After adding a journaling section to every recipe page, I decided that for those of you who are really ambitious, there's an extra journaling section at the back. I searched seemingly endlessly, but was never able to find a cookbook remotely close to mine because of the uniqueness of having a journaling section. I hope that people will at least try, even if it seems a little strange. But I know it's not easy. I remember when I tried journaling for the first time, as my friend said it helped her clear her mind. And I called her a little bit crazy, but I did end up trying it. I'm gonna be honest, I sat there with a pen in my hand and a paper in front of me, and I didn't write a single word for 30 minutes. I tried, and eventually the words just started flowing out of me. It was alleviating, and it gave me the space to vent about how I was feeling without dumping it on somebody else. So before you call this lady crazy, give it a shot. It gave me the space to say things I couldn't say out loud. Finally, I would like to give a big thanks to my mom for helping me find all of my recipes and my photos. My dad for sitting with me and editing both my speech and book for countless hours. All of my friends for keeping me motivated and supporting me through my journey. I would like to thank all of my Quest teachers who helped me get where I am today. My book is currently still for sale, and I will still be donating the proceeds to the Balai Bersama Bisa Foundation, as it's really important to me to impact the lives of others and break the stigma around mental health. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask. I'll be at my stall after the presentations. Finally, thank you to the audience here for listening to my speech and giving me your time, but I've got to run and finish some cookies.